first exercise is that they have to write their name in such a way that it explains what kind of person they are. Okay, so the medium is pencil, so they just can explore one medium. Okay, pencil, and plus it helps them to express themselves basically, because that is the most challenging thing, that you should be able to express what you're thinking. Then the same thing but with added medium, that is colors. So when you have colors, so you can express well, right? When you have a pencil you have a restriction, but when you have colors you can add colors also, you can express well. Okay, so you learn about the difference in the medium which you are using, which helps you in expressing what you're thinking. Okay, now another exercise was this thing, lettering. Okay, so I gave them 5 different type of lettering in 5 different sizes, that is 3 mm, 5 mm, 7 mm, 1 centimeter and 2.5 centimeter. Okay, so they will understand that if they are writing the same thing in bigger font and in smaller font, so maybe something looks nice in bigger font but it is not readable in the smaller font. Okay, and which font is really comfortable to write. Like for the bigger font they will need to use scales and all, and bigger font maybe they can use it over here, and smaller fonts they can use it over here. Okay, so it was like 2 sheets. And then they had to make this freehand lines. Yes, and they have to make the they have to be consistent in the gaps. Okay, then the same thing using scale. Okay, and only HB pencil they have to use. Then came the 2D line composition. Okay, so I told them to make 20 composition, and in that composition only I told them to number 1 to 20, 1 being the best and 20 being the worst. Okay, so then we chose the top 4. Okay, then now why they liked this and why they didn't like the 20th one. Okay, so they were doing this subconsciously, right? They were not aware of any design principle or anything, right? So it is just, subconsciously we all know what looks good, what doesn't look good. Then I gave them a presentation on design principle after doing this. Okay, and then in design principle we understood about the rule of 1/3 and about the balance and about the axis and about everything. Okay, then I told them to analyze this. So the base composition automatically was fulfilling the design this thing. Okay, so we marked on here, we kept a tracing paper on this, and we divided this into this 1/3 thing, the grid. Okay, so this is the original composition, right? Okay, this one being the best, and these were like the next 3. Okay, and then they had to make this grid. Okay, so automatically the focal point was coming on this thing, the 4 focal points which we have. So subconsciously we know that the thing which is like this, it is there. And then they had to mark the eye movements, okay, with these arrows and all, and they had to mark the focal point and on which axis it is balanced. And I told them to color code it, the axis and the forces and the focal point. Okay, then this is 2D. Okay, now we have to do the 3D, same thing. Okay, so we did the 2D composition, 2D line composition, then 2D plane composition. Okay, then again same analysis for the planes. We have to divide it into grids, then we have to mark the axis and we have to mark the eye movement, that this part and this part, like your eyes are moving like that. Okay, and then this is 1 point perspective exercise. So actually initially I told them just to use squares, but they were so excited that they said we'll try all these shapes. Okay, so, and this is the color wheel. Okay, and so now
about this.
This is the color wheel. So I told them that you have to mix the colors and derive that these 3 colors, red, blue and yellow, they are coming in this triangle. Okay, and then this will be the thing which will come in the center, that will be 50% red and 50% yellow, this one. And then they have to change the percentage and they have to derive this color. Okay, and then it should come like that this and this, they are complementary and they should come
Opposite.
diagonally. Yes, like that. So, and I told them that you can be as creative as you want to. I don't want a regular color wheel. You can do anything. And basically, what I want that they should understand that everything is basically ultimately a composition. So we did this plain while exercise. Now what we are doing is, I'll get that thing. Okay, now what we are doing is next is I told them to bring images like this. Okay, now this is a wall. Okay, I told them to find images which is just one wall you will see. Okay, like this, like this. Okay, this. Then what I told them that now you have to keep a tracing paper on it and you need to find the elements which are there, right? Like if we have, yeah. So like this is a line. Okay, this is a line. Okay, they have to cut pieces of these size and just mix it up. So they have to keep a tracing on this and they have to identify the elements. So ultimately what these get this one line, these get this one rectangle, these get this rectangle, these get this rectangle. So ultimately this is the composition of planes, right, which we did earlier. Okay, and then we will do 3D composition, 3D solids composition. So ultimately we will learn that composition is the main thing, like that. So first we did subconsciously, unknowingly, that okay, this is what we are doing it, but then how we use it in interiors. And I'm like just telling them that every time whenever you see anything, you have to decode it. Like this is a cube, this is a plane, this is this and that, this is that. So ultimately a table is what? It's a cube, right? So that is how they have to relate what we are doing and how its application